just single
Yeah,
them out.
just single in.
It'll
single
be
in.
Paul.
Yeah, single in on Paul the whole time. Alrighty, everyone. As you're entering back in, have a look on those tables. Each table will have a different topic. Some tables are double up. So come in, filter through, find a topic that interests you and grab a seat at that table, and we'll get started very shortly.
Before we leave the summit today, it would probably be good to get a photo of all the steering committee together in front of one of the signs. Yeah. I won't be here for Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, really? Are you working? That's a shame.
Yeah, no. I would have liked to have come along.
Yeah. So you're not going to be at the...
I think it's most... No, thank you.
Speak from the heart.
Yeah. It's always, I think it always works best when I just... You'll be great.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, everyone. Find that seat that interests you the most, or the topic. There's a nice list of 12 to choose from, so hopefully there's something there that takes your fancy. And if there's not, there's our wild card table, the little lace up the sleeve that you get to pick your own and go write your own. So whichever one works for you, grab a seat. As you all know, I'm Lindsay. I'll be running this session alongside Sophie here. Sophie, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Sophie. I'm actually a local Landcare coordinator for Greater Sydney Landcare. And I actually work full-time and I have the really privileged opportunity to be in a role that I just focus on engaging young people within Greater Sydney and beyond at these kind of things. So, yeah, in that kind of role, it is actually quite hard. I'm in a community of over 5 million people that we try to engage in some form of Landcare. Obviously, we don't get that many people, but yeah, it's very big and very hard to kind of scope what everyone wants. So yeah, basically the role started with my committee basically saying, what do young people want in Landcare? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm only one young person. I know a few things from my kind of perspective, but I kind of wanted to understand what everyone wanted, what everyone needed, and how can we kind of make that happen. And so I guess from all the inspiration and amazing talks that we've seen today, this is kind of your opportunity to use that kind of knowledge and those questions and those kind of ideas that are sparking in your brain to kind of hack that out and connect with other land carers, hopefully from across the country, on your table that you may or may not have met already today, and yeah, kind of talk about those issues and yeah, kind of come up with maybe a solution or maybe an idea that we can kind of pitch to the rest of the Landcare crowd throughout the rest of this conference. And so, yeah, the theme of the hackathon is, what does Landcare look like in 2030? And this is something that we're actually bringing to the closure of the conference with Costo, who will be interviewing the steering committee. Yeah, and it's basically what's Landcare going to look like in 2030. So I would really like to know, and I'm not just in my own echo chamber talking about what I want to talk about, and I would like to know what everyone wants for Landcare in 2030. So yeah, you've likely picked your themes by now. From here, you're going to have these sheets on the table. There should be 2 or 3 per table. And there's steps. I had a little bit of help with AI to go through this, so sorry if it looks a bit systematic. ADHD brain. So, yeah, just connect and share for the first 5 minutes. Just, say hello, where are you from? There's a few
We're going to go one step deeper than that, though, Sophie.
What?
We're not just going to say, hey, I'm Lindsay, I'm from the Gold Coast. Lame, boring. We need energy now, all right? We're to the end of the day. We're going to do some actual connection, all right? So I'd love for you to introduce yourself at your table. Share your name and a natural place you love the most or a place that you connect with. So I would say, I'm Lindsay. The place I love the most is Currumbin Valley. I love Currumbin Valley because not only is it right at the doorstep of the beach, but it's where the ancient rainforest meets the beach. It's beautiful, right? I want to hear this all now from you all. You got 5 minutes. Please,
Cool.
connect.
Thank you, that's way better.
There you go, that's all right.
Texted and things, we have them. We're around to help.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. I'll say that once we get through this.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Good, you're doing the people way.
We'll just go piece by piece. We'll step it through.
No, thank you.
We're not doing our homework. We've got to fix the MC scripts.
You're good. I'll let you guys off this one time, all right? Yeah.
We're doing professional MC
MC
scripts.
scripts. Oh.
I promise I'm being a good girl.
About 3 more minutes. Keep having the yarns. One more minute for sharing and connecting. 1 more minute.
Is this on? Yes, it is. All right, guys. I hope you've all introduced each other on your table. If you haven't, keep going. This is just a little bit of a, run through. But no doubt you've looked at your sheet. There is steps to go through. Basically, we're going to go and map the landscape. Yeah.
I know everyone's connecting and loving and sharing their natural places, but we've got to move into some of our brainstorming and what we're here for. So, Soph, run us through. What are we doing?
Yeah, so you would have seen on your sheet that's step 2, map the landscape. We're on a very limited time today. We've actually gone over time already, so make it snappy. So you're just going to kind of define the state of your topic. What's the issues? What's happening? What are you finding is your personal driver about picking the table that you're on, and kind of figuring out what they are and what you can do. There's prompt questions there as well that you can go into it, but we've got about 10 minutes for that.
Yep. And how we want to see it?
Mind map.
Mind map
Use your
style.
butcher's paper.
I'm trying to hold a foldy piece of paper here in one hand and doing a terrible job. For those that don't know what a mind map is, put your topic in the middle of the sheet of paper, connect everything else around it. Go as crazy as you want. We've got plenty of pens, plenty of colour. If you want more pens, put your hand up. I can bring over more pens. All right? So go hard. You've got 10 minutes to do a little mind map of your topic.
Cool.
First one. You're right. Colour. Yeah. That's how I got it. 2018.
Let's just post something so people can ask us questions and get to know us. So when we started, people thought we were trying to steal the funding.
It was 2:45, but you've gone over 15 minutes,
Thought we
so
were trying to
3
steal
o'clock.
funding from the lake.
Yeah, but I think we're flexible.
So we're like, let's just keep working.
just flow with it. Time just. Got about 5 minutes left on that brain dump mind map. About 1 minute left now, so try and put a bow on that little part that you're working on as a team. Alrighty, pens down, please, and eyes this way. Just for context, I am a high school teacher, and I am no dramas at all and go in full teacher mode if you need me to. So I'll wait till I have the room. I'll wait till I got the eyes. I can go full teacher. Thank you to the boys at the front here. Thank you to the girls down the back. Waiting, yeah. Alrighty. What we're going to do now is on the back side of that butcher's paper, or if you've got room still on the front, I think probably just flip over. We're going to sort of look forward now, and instead of just doing like a big wide survey of the topic, we want you to start brainstorming about future. What are the opportunities? What are the solutions? What are the ideas that you have that could really like shake the space? You know, we want to see the disruptive ideas that, you know, young people are known for to really come through here. So if you had no limitations at all, no financial constraints, no resourcing issues or anything like that, what would you do? Obviously within your topic. All right. So on the back, list them out, get thinking, get the juices flowing. Yeah, we'll give you maybe 10, 15 minutes to sort of have a bit of a dive there, and then we'll check back in and see how we're going. All right? Go hard. Seeing lots of great work so far. Keep going. We've got maybe another 10, 5. I don't know. Let's roll with that. I agree. You chill. I got this. Literally, this is cruising. Smooth sailing. Yeah, literally. Got maybe 2 or 3 minutes left to get these ideas on your paper. So keep the juices going. Alrighty, everybody. Let me get back on stage. I can see that the juices are going. We've warmed up, we've connected, we're getting our ideas on the paper. Whoa, someone's taken the teacher role off me. Sweet. Thank you. All right. What we've got now is I'm going to give you probably another 15, 20 minutes. This is where it might get a little bit scary for some people in the room, but that's all right. Scared's good. We're now going to build pitches. What that means is you're going to pick one idea from that sheet of ideas that you just jotted down. You're going to have some time to sort of extrapolate it, get into the nuts and bolts, get it a little bit juicy, get it like sort of ready to roll. Once you get there, we will be doing a little roaming microphone, and you can pick someone to be a little spokesperson for your group, and you're going to share your idea as a pitch for 30 seconds with the rest of the room. Might sound a bit scary, but as we said at the start, or as Sophie said at the start, these ideas and these yarns are literally going to influence what gets said on stage in a few days' time. So we want to hear from you. We want to bring the ideas and the energy from this space onto that stage to share with the whole conference. So we're really looking forward to this part. I know it might be a bit daunting, but that's all right. So you'll have 15, 20 minutes. Pick someone at your table to be your team's spokesperson, and flesh out that idea all together. As I said, 30-second pitch. We're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it sharp. We're going to keep it really punchy, all right? 30 seconds to sort of flesh out this idea. That's all you're going to have to do, all right? 15 minutes, dive into it, figure out in your tables who's going to be your spokesperson, and we'll check in soon. About 5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more minutes. Seeing lots of great work. Make sure we nominate someone to be your spokesperson. Make sure they're across everything. What are we talking about? Landcare in urbanized areas. Is this the pitch? Is this it?
It doesn't really follow the pitch.
No, so we'll need to shorten that one. So I thought these were good ideas. Okay, so
Alrighty, everyone. I'll wait till I see everyone's ready to go. All right. What I'd like to see at each table, can I have a hand up for the spokesperson, just so I can see that's been nominated? Hand up if you are doing the speaking for the pitch. I see one hand there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hands up. Table. Who's speaking? Hand up if you're speaking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Someone speaking here? Middle table just here. Do we have a speaker? Someone speaking? Speaking. Thank you. Perfect. Alrighty. How this is going to work. I know that we're all probably a little bit like, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, all that sort of stuff. But the roving mic's going to be passed around. You're going to have 30 seconds to do your thing. Share as much as you would like. Share as little as you'd like, I guess. you do what you want to do. I just love if, whilst everyone's presenting, if we could just give them like respect and undivided attention, please. It is daunting to get on a mic. What sucks when you're on a mic is if someone else is talking. It is like the worst thing ever. So if we could all just show a bit of respect and love for one another, just listen. I know you might be a bit nervous, but let's listen and show respect. Soph, we're going to start at this end and we're going to work our way down through the groups.
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry, you guys are first, but yeah. So this table is mental health and well-being. So yeah, if you could introduce yourself, tell us your name, and then yeah, stand up. That would be good. There you go.
Okay. Hello, my name's Hannah. So we did mental health, and basically our problem is that mental health is skyrocketing in the youth, and you jump on the media and it's just a graphic of the earth on fire saying we're all doomed. So basically our solution is focusing on fostering a culture of hope, and we can do this at Landcare by first on like Landcare media, people like showcasing the good that's being done, as well as at events, maybe having like at the very end, once you've done all your work, having a reflection where you just ground yourself and you think back of the positive work you've done today, just so you feel like you're really making a difference in that space and it's not all doom.
Deadly. Beautiful.
All right. I'm going to pick you guys. So we've got intergenerational knowledge sharing here. So you're the. Sorry, I thought you were.
Okay, so we got intergenerational knowledge sharing, and we decided the biggest barrier for that was just getting people from different generations in the same room and talking about what's been done. So the pitch is similar to like a PowerPoint night where you facilitate communities turning up and just sharing stories, or creating an open forum where people can just get up and share their biggest mess up in Landcare, or their biggest success story, or something we did in the community, and everyone just gets together and listens to everyone else sharing their Landcare stories, and having it as like a morning tea, or having it as a snack day, something where just a community group that gets people, individuals getting up, sharing history and the action that's been done in the community. That's basically it.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. I want to do that. Yeah, I need the opportunity to speak more, I think. I get really nervous, obviously. So what do we have here? We have careers and leadership in Landcare. What's your name and what's your pitch?
I'm Charlie, and our pitch is that by 2030, all employers and employees will feel and be empowered. So the idea is that by supporting the industry to take on mentees and improving science communication between and education institutions, collaboration with land caring groups and people that are on the ground, as well as educating and teaching the fundamental like job skills early on, will like help us to kind of get there. And that was our action. And the way that we're going to do this is that the government will properly tax and stop subsidizing the mining industry, as well as properly tax on environmental damage. But yeah, that was us.
Alrighty. What do we got over here?
Oh, I'll just yell.
Yeah. Oh.
Excellent. So, our
beautiful pitch was about climate change. We had lots of really good discussions about the impacts of climate change and perspective of anxiety. Basically, our hook is that climate change affects everyone, and the perceived solutions and effects are seen differently in cities and countries. So, we're really mindful that city people, country people, we want to try and break down those silos, basically. And the solution is we propose school exchange programs where Landcare go into the schools
Hello, I am Sam, and our question or our point was barriers and opportunities for young people. So we found that to address this issue, we would like to appoint a young person as a Landcare partnerships officer, like a paid position, to map current situations and where the need for young land carers are. So there's a lot of sort of location-based issues and I guess disconnection with, I guess, people within the land care space and where, I'm trying to word this well, let's try to do it. Doing good, sweet. I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. So like there is a lot of disconnection with people who have the knowledge, people who don't have the knowledge, people who have accessibility to their spaces, and people within the land care could help find those people and bring them together. And to do that well, you'd have to have a paid position because we are so prone to burnout and so prone to just the overwhelm and to juggle jobs, university, all that. A paid position will actually get you there. So yeah, that's my thing.
I don't know if I mentioned, but that is my role. But I would like more of them, please, everywhere. Who's the spokesperson here?
Hey everyone, I'm James. Our group was innovation and the changing nature of volunteering. So our sort of hook is we want sort of every group to be empowered to reach young people. Our proposed utopian solution for that was the sort of a central database where young people can go to find volunteering opportunities that they're passionate about. And yeah, how we want to achieve this is just through resources, so like designated support for groups to, or a central body to maintain this database, as well as development costs and outreach as well, just so that it sort of takes the burden off smaller groups to go out there and have those sort of admin and governance plus the outreach, and yeah, just gives them an easier time to achieve their missions.
Hi, I'm Georgia. I am from Longreach in Central West Queensland. Our group was Landcare in remote and regional areas, and we come up with a urban to rural landcare exchange. And you know, rural landcare groups, they often have a lot of land and a lot of stories to tell, but they need more hands. You know, there's not that population density that urban landcare groups have. And we talked about urban landcare groups wanting that ongoing connection to land and, you know, that greater mission. We thought a dedicated relationship between an urban landcare group and a rural landcare group could really help with that. And to make that happen, we'd need Landcare to help establish, you know, who's paired with who. That would be a big job, I think. And, you know, funding to help with food, travel provisions. And, you know, we could also offer rural training along with those visits, you know, camping, four drive, first aid courses and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Callie. Forgive me, we got a bit stuck in the outrage on this topic. So we're doing First Nations involvement in conservation. There's a lot of barriers, and it's a very, very complex thing. But so we didn't really get, you know, a final plan of exactly what we wanted to do. But we think that we need to acknowledge that land is still being stolen. The government is kind of in on it, and it's, you know, in that way, not to sound conspiracy theory-like, but, you know, we need to give the land back and give them self-determination over the land instead of just pretending like they have control over it. We need to go forward together, and we need those genuine partnerships to make that happen. But these things aren't going to happen unless we have an open community, like, and dialogue with people that are really in it. Like, I forgot the lady that works in the Northern Territory, but she said it really well. Like, she did a lot of unlearning. And like a lot of people don't have the opportunity to unlearn. So we just think to, you know, get First Nations more involved. There needs to be opportunities for unlearning. So we're thinking maybe a podcast with First Nations people, their experiences, but then also people like, I know myself, like I've had the opportunity to do a lot of unlearning, whereas a lot of people don't. So I think hearing it from both sides of the coin, like, you know, someone who's been so systematically discriminated against compared to someone like me who's come into it and seen how much privilege I have and the power that I have to, you know, I don't know. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go now.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Vicky. I'm from the Fitzroy Basin Association. Okay, so our topic was Landcare in remote and regional areas. So our first thing was we wanted to identify what Landcare is actually in remote and regional areas, because we're seeing that they're not understood. There's not enough education about what it is in those remote areas. Then we wanted to get the people within those groups to understand that there's opportunities for empowerment. So the future of your farm, your land, your family, your finances, and just generally your future and your next generation. Because what the people in the city don't understand is that these landholders are good stewards of their land. So, and they're all about, yes, maybe production because they are rural and remote, but it's also about sustainability because that's their business. Looking after their own backyard. So what we wanted to see was some more opportunities identified within those groups and open up those doors to have some career pathways for maybe people in the city, children that are coming out of school that want to go into rural employment and actually get them to have that experience. So very similar to a lot of the other things that people have been talking about. So finally at the end is identifying the purpose, the opportunities, the regional priorities, and identifying legacy, succession, and make Landcare sexy again. Yeah, make it sexy. Let's make it relevant to both our urban community and also our rural community. And finally, the stakeholders, urban and peri-urban, we need to have that connection. They need to understand what the benefits are of having Landcare in remote and how we can connect the two dots. So, yeah, there was just a lot of identifying and a lot of getting back to what is it all about.
Hi guys, our table is Landcare in urban areas, and it's pretty hard to bring Landcare into an area where there is not really any land. It can be kind of hostile. So we were talking about reimagining cities as living landscapes and partnering with universities, local native nurseries and Landcare groups to educate the community and bring in some more sustainable designs. So we're talking about walkable cities, community gardens that are designed for wildlife instead of lawns, bringing in frog hotels and nest boxes into these urban areas so it can turn the grey cities into green spaces for everyone to enjoy.
I think I'll stand up so everyone can see me. I'm Carmen. My pronouns are she, they, and I come from Canberra, which is Ngunnawal and Ngambri land. So our group, we want a co-designed leadership program for young land carers of different intersections, which includes different races, different queer identities, disabilities, neurodiversities, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and people in regional, rural, remote, and very remote areas. And we want these people to be supported to lead grassroots projects within their own communities, embedded within Landcare organisations and based on shared principles that we're yet to come up with. We asked Landcare and everyone in this room to pay attention to who is in the room or at your local working bee, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. be respectfully curious and willing to provide funding. Oh, and please, Landcare, be willing to provide funding and structures to support this. Thanks.
All right, lucky last. What do we have here?
Hello, my name is Jess and I'm from Brisbane, and our group's topic is future of Landcare. So together, our group, we are imagining a world where nature is for everyone, not just the experts, not just the oldies, which is not the people who just care, but for everyone. So we see the 3 barriers for this to be achieved is that, people don't feel like it's a place for them. Young people are time poor with the cost of living crisis, and also vehicle access, actually getting out there. So we propose there'd be like buses, unlimited place for youth organisations, for young people to get out into nature and have those positive experiences in nature of truly that heart connection to care. And so we see that there should be diversified of education to understand, not just in schools, but like flexi schools, alternative education, scouts groups, ways for young people to connect, but also a young person within those organisations, as like Patrick was sharing about, and working within that and leading that space. So it's led by young people. And all coming back to the heart. So we're a whole world where everyone can feel that nature is for them, and understanding of what they can do as individuals. They truly care. Thank you.
Awesome. Can I have one more big round of applause for everybody that got up and spoke? All right, and that wraps up our hackathon. So thank you very much, everyone, for participating and being involved. We appreciate all the really awesome ideas, the energy, the vibes, all that good stuff. We now have a bit of afternoon tea outside, so feel free to help yourself. Whilst I do have the power of the microphone, though, I do have to take air from my good brother here, Kurt, and do a little spruce of myself. If you think, oh, damn, Lindsay's shirts and hat look sick, they are. I make them, okay? This is my company. It's called For Country. Follow it on Instagram. Buy a shirt if you like them. Shameless plug, all right? Shameless plug. That's all. Enjoy afternoon tea.